everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Oh, and I've got that the wrong way around. That's a good start, isn't it? So I'm not going to edit that out or stop the video and start again. We're going to keep that one in because it doesn't really matter for this project. So I'm going to kick off my project series from Papercraft Society box number 60. Despite what I said yesterday, if you were able to catch my video, I said in the unboxing, I said I wouldn't know when I'd be able to start my projects, but I found I'm actually recording this on the Sunday afternoon, the day before the video goes up. Graham's still coming home tomorrow, but I've got a couple of hours free, so I thought let's just get on and start this project series. So I should really name, after today's video, I really should rename this channel The Indecisive Crafter, because you just wouldn't believe how many times I changed my mind. I thought I had it all set. I thought I knew what I wanted, and then when I laid it out, I thought, nope, don't like that. That's too much. And then I tried to take bits away and it wasn't enough. So in the end, I scrapped the entire project and started from scratch. So this is what I eventually came up with. We're going to make a 5x7 card. And I used a piece of white cardstock from my stash. I used one of the plain coloured cards. And all I did was I pulled the edge of the card a little way. I didn't even measure it, just a little way from the edge, and then made a couple of marks, drew around them with my pencil and a ruler, and then cut it out so that I've just got a little border. Now this time, just for a change, we're going to make a card that stands in tent fold. I usually do my cards like that. Usually I prefer them to be a side folding card, but for the purposes of this design, which I finally settled on, it's actually going to work better. On this size card, it's actually going to work better if I do it this way. So that's what we're going to do. Now, if I can find it, oh, there we go. I've used the stencil. I haven't used this bit here, the detail bits. I haven't used this bit here. I've just used this bit here, but I haven't inked the leaves. I've just done the main flowers, and I've used my alcohol pens to colour in between the main images, and I'll show you what I've done. So this is what I've done. So it lays over like that. So I just used my alcohol pens and I coloured the main flower, but I didn't do the leaves. And there's a reason for that, which I'm going to explain right now. What I did, I wanted to do something a bit different. So what I've done is I've used, let me just pop that to one side. I've used one of the printed vellum, and I loved this green. And what I did, I used a green ink. I think I used Mowed Lawn Distress ink, and I used one of my leaves from my stash. This is from Lou Collins' Fabulous Textures range. But you can use any leaf you've got. It doesn't have to be this one. I'm not using all of these. I've just printed a load of them on here, but I'm going to keep these intact because I'm going to probably use them on another project, possibly in this series, but I'm not quite sure yet. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to bring that back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start putting this together, and I'll show you what else I've used. I've mainly, apart from the stencil, I've mainly focused on the papers for this project. So it's reasonably quick and easy. And on the middle, or on the back I should say, I've got a couple of foam pads, and I'm going to start by taking the backing tape off, and I'm just going to lay it down gently before I press it down. Yeah, I think that'll do actually. And I'm going to press that in the middle. So that's the first bit. Now, if you really want clean and simple, you could leave it like that, but for me, that's nowhere near enough. Now, what I've done, I've cut out 5 of these beautiful vellum leaves. They almost look like skeleton leaves. They are so beautiful. And I'm going to use some glue stick for this. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to turn over a piece of card because I don't want to get glue on my paper. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put some glue on the back of each one of them, one at a time. So I haven't quite decided where they're going to go yet. I've got a rough idea. That's why I wanted this on foam, because I wanted to pop these behind. So that's just going to sit down there like that. I've done 5, so I think what we'll do, let's make sure you can still see. Now, the weather forecast this morning could not have got it more wrong. They said we were going to have torrential rain and thunderstorms in this little corner of the UK, and it's now bright sunshine. It's beautiful out there, and it's bright sunshine, so they couldn't have got it more wrong if they tried. But never mind. I'm grateful for the sun, I'm grateful for the light. So we're just going to carry on doing this. I've got 5, I've popped on 2, and I'm going to put one, I think I'm going to put one just up there in the middle. I'm not going to cut them down, I'm just going to live with them as they are. So I haven't checked them to see if they're likely to come over the edge. I don't think they are. If they do, they do. But I think we'll be okay. And I'm just going to tuck these 2 just down here at the bottom, like this. So very easy, very quick. You can use wet glue if you wanted to. But as this is vellum, although it's strong vellum, it's a good weight vellum actually, it's really good. And of course the other thing about using glue as opposed to tape, you can slide your components where you want them, and you've got a bit of time before it dries solid. So that will dry clear, so I'm not worried about that. So I'm just going to pull those till I'm happy with the shape. I think I'm happy with that, and if some of them lift a little, then so be it. Now I looked at that and I thought that looks very nice, but it still needs a little bit more. So this time I've planned it, so I'm not going to go over the top and then think, oh, I've gone too bonkers and ruined it. What I've done, before I put that down, let me show you what I've done. One of the papers that came in the pack, and they are all gorgeous, was one of these pattern papers. And what I've done is I've cut out 4 of these little, I've just hand cut with a pair of scissors. I've cut out 4 of these gorgeous little peonies. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue them. I'm going to use my glue stick. I'm going to put the glue stick down first because it will dry clear, so it won't show. Once it's dry, it won't show. I'm just going to glue them, 1 in each corner. So if I just put the glue on first, it won't dry that quickly, even though the sun's shining. And pop that over there for a moment. I've got the other 3 here. So I'm going to pop 1 there, 1 at the top, just like that, and 1 in the corner there. And once that dries, these glue blobs won't show. The only other thing I've done, I've used one of the stamps which says, "Have a beautiful day." And I think I'm just going to pop that down there. So again, I think I'm just going to put my glue over the area where I want the stamp to be. And I'm going to glue that. I used a piece of the green card, the pale green card that came in the stock, in the kit, to stamp this on. So I'm just going to just wipe that away a little bit. But I'm not worried because, as I say, once it's dry, it will be clear and it won't show. So before I photograph that, I shall let the glue dry off. And there you go, my friends. That is this kit's first project, from me anyway. So we've used the stencil, one of the stamps, one of the sentiment stamps, and we've used some of the papers and little elements from the papers to create this gorgeous and very simple card. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have a go yourself. Now, if you haven't got this kit, or you're not a member of Papercraft Society, I will add a link to Papercraft Society in the description down below. But if you're not a member and you haven't got this kit, you can use this, you can do this technique or this style of card with whatever you've got. Even if you haven't got a stencil, if you've got stamps or dies, you can use those. You can use your own leaf stamps. You could, if you've got flower paper or little stamps with flowers on them, you can stamp them and cut them out and colour them. You can use whatever you've got. You don't have to use this kit. But if you have, you could do this. You don't even have to use the colours I've used. You can use a completely different colour scheme if that's what you fancy. So you can use this for whatever you like. It's so versatile. So I will see you in my next video from this wonderful pack, Papercraft Society box number 60. As I say, I will leave a link in the description below for Papercraft Society, so you can go and have a little look yourself. And I'll see you in my next video. And until then, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Stay safe, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.